Zarktons are amphibious creatures that are as home on dry land as in water. They never leave too far from water because painful cracks start to form in their skin after long exposure to direct sunlight. Swimming in water and walking on land have developed Zarktons' leg muscles to enable them to take long leaps to help them hunt their prey and attack anyone coming into their territory. It used to be that if you tried to spec into way too many skill trees, you would be really, really heavily punished for it much later in the game because you'd stop leveling so quickly and then you wouldn't be able to equip certain things. Well, this game you don't, as far as I'm aware from their blogs anyway, their development blogs, you don't have to feel so bad about that kind of thing. Alright, so let's grab our sword, the rapier here, and equip it on the statue. And we open the gate. So we're going to take that back off there. And, oh look, we're going down. Alright, so we are underground now. And this dungeon kind of tile set may look somewhat familiar to you guys. Suddenly feels a lot more like Grimrock 1, doesn't it? Yes, we are still spelunking. We are still going into dungeons. It's obviously a huge part of this game. This is the first one for us. This is the Halls of the Dead. If we check out our map now, you'll notice we're on a totally new map known as the Dead Sailor's Cave. And the way the map works, I guess, will make more sense when we get a little bit further into the game. So there are torches. We got one earlier. The dungeons will be very dark, so we want to equip one of those nice and quickly. Since Sanon's just going to be casting magic a lot anyway, I may as well equip the torch on him instead of the throwing knives. And what we'll do is we'll swap the Tikrit back over to his regular weapon set and have a look around. So now that we've got this torch out, we'll carry the light with us. We don't have to be scared of the dark too bad. There are a lot of secrets in dungeons, hidden buttons you can find on walls that you want to keep your eyes open for. I'll be showing you guys where most of those are. Over here, though, we've got a chain we can pull to get into this room, which has already given us a lockpick. So there aren't just keys and specific keyholes for them, but there are lockpicks too. Not every chest we find in this game we're going to be able to open straight away. Here we get another healing potion and a scroll of shock. So again, another spell. Unfortunately, we did just spend our skill point learning earth magic, not air. But we did just learn another one. And this is just a basic blast of electricity that deals shock damage to all foes in front of you. Haven't even shown off the earth one just yet. That's a cool little room. I don't believe that there's any extra secret in here. I'm just scanning the walls right now. No, there's definitely not. So we'll move back over. And over here on the right, the Halls of the Dead sounds like kind of a scary area, right? We're going to see one of the new enemies in the game. I think a spider just crawled on my foot. I'm serious. Okay. Where are you? I'm a little creeped out right now. If you listen very carefully, you can hear them moving. Where are you? There he is. Okay, so mummies! Apparently there are mummies here. I guess we are pretty near to a desert, so it makes sense. Fortunately, though, mummies, you'll notice that when I cast that fire spell, the number appeared in red. This means we do extra critical damage to mummies because we're hitting them with their elemental weakness. So this is good. I mean, it makes sense. It's a mummy, for God's sake. It's going to burn up, right? And we stab it in the side there. There's actually more than one mummy in this room, too. I got sort of ganged up on last time I was here. So be careful. I'm just making sure I've recovered all my stuff. Where's our 5th rock on? I don't know. We've still got 5 rocks. That's fine. Where are you? It's going to be in here somewhere. Why is there only one mummy here this time? There were definitely 2 on my previous playthrough. Okay, fine. We're going to equip these boots. I think you still need some, right, Loto? Yes, Loto Pafo does. And 2 of us have leveled up, of course. Don't forget, the farmer only levels up by eating food. So we want to keep eating food with him if we want him to get any further. But here, so we've got Jonker, who's leveled, and we'll assign a skill point. Now, we can go deeper into light weapons, which will increase our damage of light weapons by 20%. And then when we hit certain thresholds, we can learn different attack moves. It's not all just a basic swing. You can learn thrusts and all sorts depending on the weapon you have equipped. In fact, if I show you guys the rapier we've even got right now, it says that we have a special attack called thrust, but we require light weapons 3 to be able to use it. So that sounds cool. We can go up to light weapons 2 already, which means next time he levels, he'll be able to unlock that ability. So why not? And he seems tanky enough right now. Loto Pafo, on the other hand, I'm probably going to want to go more dodge right now. I just want to make sure he's very survivable up there in the front line. So I think that's going to have to be the most important thing right now. We can start working on crazy critical damage and backstabs and stuff later. Here we've also got another chest, and this has got something interesting in it. This has a flintlock. Now, the flintlock does a lot of damage. 7 to 21, this is actually very high compared to other things. And it's also got some ammo, these pellets. The problem is we don't really have anyone in the team who's very good at using firearms. Which kind of sucks. One of the new classes in the game, the Alchemist, is a great wielder of firearms. But for us, that's really not that much of an option. Maybe Tikrit could do it. He's going to be kind of adaptable. He's not really specialized in anything right now. So we could make him a firearms kind of guy. Maybe you guys can leave a comment and let me know if you desperately want to see the firearms. If so, I'll definitely keep this on my inventory, but we'll see what we do. This guy's largely going to be very adaptable. So I'll be open to what you guys have to say, like, in response to how he levels. You know, we can kind of work on him together, I guess is what I'm saying. But beyond that, there's not too much in this room. We do have a pressure pad here, which is just close that gate, annoyingly. So how do we get back through the gate, I wonder? I actually cannot remember. Oh, there's a button here. Okay, so now that the gate is weighed down, what we want to do is press this button to reopen the gate. But if we try and walk back through, you see the problem. So instead, how about we keep this weighed down cheekily with a rock? Then we press the button. Then we walk into the pressure pad. It's already weighed down. We grab the rock back and head on through. Voila. And there's a mummy. Hello, I don't remember you being there. But we should be doing a substantial amount more damage as long as, Jesus, I keep forgetting his name, Jonker hits, since he's now much more specialized with light weapons and he's got such a good one in his hands. Because, I mean, some players might not even remember that you can take that back off of the statue. Let's be real for a second. So, I should show you guys the Earth spell as well. But, I mean, this guy's going to die so quickly, maybe it doesn't really matter. The Earth spell is this. It creates a poison cloud. Now, unfortunately, because this guy's undead, the poison isn't actually going to do any damage to him. You can't poison an undead. So, fire is his weakness, and it's better to be a fire mage here, therefore, than an earth mage. But, you know, outside, when we're fighting living things like those turtles, then maybe it would have been much better for us to be using the Earth spell. Here we get an iron key. I'm fine with actually, let's put that up here on Loto. And I guess we'll use that key to get through a door we haven't even seen yet, which is fantastic. What about this one here? This iron-looking door. Now, I do believe I've already actually missed a secret in the way of a small button on a wall. So I'm going to look for that in just a second. Do be careful about getting ganged up. If people attack you in the back, that can be a serious issue in the game. See, the reason why our Minotaur and our Lizard Man are getting attacked right now is because the enemies are in front of us. But if the enemies were behind us, they'd be hitting our backline. And that would be terrible because our backline characters are probably going to be a lot squishier. I'm deliberately not building defense on them so that they can, you know, really stack up on their spells or whatever our farmer ends up doing. Who I guess is going to have to eat a lot of stuff. But we'll see how that goes. I think a Minotaur farmer would have a quite nice synergy because Minotaurs get hungry quickly and then they can eat lots of food and then they can level quickly. So that's actually the way out of the dungeon. I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to head back through and we're going to start scanning these walls for switches. Oh, here we go. As I'm just going for the switches here, we get the message at the bottom that says Jonker is starving. You'll notice his icon has changed. This means we're going to be in trouble unless we actually give him some food. Luckily, we've been hoarding so much. How about you have some nice turtle steak and smoked sea bass? In the previous game, there was this really interesting dynamic in that as you went deeper into the dungeon, things become more and more and more desolate, right? And so the food you had available was more rotten and rancid and horrible. And I wonder whether this game is going to have that kind of situation. You start off eating nice things like bread and smoked fish, and later it gets kind of horrible. Here you'll notice against this wall there is something of a circular object we can click. And listening very carefully, you hear a door open somewhere. And it's this door here, which leads back upstairs. So we get to the area. This is a secret area. It's a secret found. Most area, like levels of the game, regions of the game. Wow, we just threw that rock way out to sea. Well, we're not getting that one back, guys. Most of them have got secret areas, and I do plan to show off every single one of them. This is going to be a 100% run. We'll be getting all of that stuff. A lot of it isn't even out there right now. A lot of people in the real world don't really know where a lot of stuff is. But as things are found, I'll absolutely be showing it as we go through the series. But yeah, we're back outside, and that is indeed our ship. Check it out. Look, we're just to the right of where we first spawned at the start of the game, which is pretty cool. Well, kill this turtle here, who's just wandered out of the ocean and I didn't even know was there. And we're getting a real food overload, it would seem. But of course, we did find a secret area, and so now we found a chest. If we try and click this one, though, it just says locked. But remember, we got this lockpick, so this is what our rogue can handle here. We can click the lockpick to the chest, and we'll unlock it. But unfortunately, now that we've used this lockpick on this chest, it means we may find another locked one very soon that we won't be able to get in. So it's going to open up some interesting dynamics later on where you want to find and hoard as many lockpicks as you want, or you're going to have to choose between really awesome treasures. So what was the awesome treasure we got from here? We got a healing potion, which is always handy. I may as well use that on Jonker here. You see his health go all the way back up. But also here we get the Thralum Tribal Mask, a grotesque mask used in the rites of the Thralum tribesmen. We'll bring that over to our spellcaster because it gives him extra protection and energy, and we'll equip that onto Sanon there. You guys might be wondering at this point, like, how much story is there going to be? The story is a little bit more subtle in these games, but something very significant will very much happen as we play through. You notice these things here are all heads. If you're asking yourself the question as we play through, what is this island? Who's been on this island? Those are the right questions to be asking, and that is going to be addressed by the plot as we go forward. It's just first and foremost a dungeon crawler. Again, I don't want to spoil stuff from the previous game, but it got very messed up and weird and surreal at the end. I'll leave it at that. Alright, so we found that secret. There may be another one, and if I am right about that, in one of these caves, I'll certainly let you guys know. But for now, I think we're okay. We'll grab this rock back, since we just foolishly wasted one throwing it out to sea. And we'll go out of this exit to the dungeon. But in this final room, you'll notice here we've got a horn. Coming up to the end of the first part of the game here. The horn reads that it's the horn of summoning, and that this horn has a pungent, earthy smell. What the heck? A pungent, earthy smell? Where are we even going to come out here? Well, you might be surprised. I did tell you guys earlier that there was a secret passage that would open up later. We're now at the time. Well, welcome to later, okay? Right now, if we look at our map, you'll see we're sort of in the middle of a lot of places we've been to already. In fact, we're quite close to the save crystal. And by pressing this button here, suddenly a door opens. And as we tread through, you'll find, oh look, we're at the tree that we dug up. And the crystal. Awesome. So we've managed to loop back around on ourselves. The question becomes, where do we even want to go from here? Well, the answer to that is quite basic. Remember this area all the way over here with the ring of rocks? Well, let's read that clue again and see what we can find. A warning, okay? Make sure you save before you do this. Welcome to the location of your first challenge, it says. When you're ready, stand in the circle and call out the guardians. But also remember that there's this door here with this key. Well, how do we get in there? Let's do that first. I got a choice here what I show you guys first. I'll show you guys the door first, just because I think it might be able to help me. So there's that. But also remember over here, there wasn't just one statue, was there? There was this other one we found right near the start of everything, this statue. Well, what if we give him the sword? Ah, well, there you go. See, another secret. And this is a very powerful secret. This gives us a gold key. So as I say, each region of the world tends to have one of these very difficult doors to get through. I don't know whether that really qualifies as the most difficult secret here. I guess it is. The other ones have just been finding hidden buttons and stuff and reading notes. This took a bit of intuition. This took us actually thinking what happens if we put the sword on the statue. But with this gold key, we can open these special doors and find some cool loot. This doesn't require lockpick. I doubt many, if any of them, will require lockpicks. The challenge is actually getting into the room in the first place. And here, you'll see we get a potion of strength. This thing is glowing. Permanently increases strength by 1. May as well give it to Jonker there, stat him up. We got some more ammo for a gun if we've been using it. And we got a cool dagger here called the Backbiter, which compared to what Loto Patho is currently using, we'll combine them here, he's currently got 3 to 10 damage. This thing will do 5 to 15, and it has much higher accuracy and a slightly longer cooldown, sadly, but whatever. So, pretty cool secret there. And let's see what happens if we try and get through this door. So once again, the secret, the riddle. Welcome to the location of your first challenge. When you are ready, stand in the circle and call out the guardians. Okay, we'll stand in the circle, and what did we just get? We got a horn. So we'll equip the horn. We'll right-click it. And we have a boss fight. Oh yes, this game has boss fights. There were no boss fights in the previous Grimrock. And it has begun now. This is a fight between 2 things at once. I would recommend you focus on just one of the Viper roots rather than the other. As soon as you've killed one, and it can be hard to it can be easy to lose track of which one you're fighting. We're surrounded here, this isn't good. Once you've killed it, you should have a much easier time. Unfortunately, one of us is already dead, and that is not good. We're also out of energy on our mage. And out of rocks. Okay, go, good. Alright, as long as we can start strafing. Oh no, salmon's starving as well. This is not going well, guys. This is not going well. Oh, no. He's dead as well. This is now officially worse than the first time I did playing the game. Oh, no. Without a gun, it turns out this is pretty difficult. It's okay, our Minotaur's still going pretty strong at the moment. Come on, die! I don't know which one's low on health at the moment. So you can see how the game will snowball out of control if your characters start to die. Don't get cornered. There they are. Ah, he's taking 22 damage a hit. Oh no, if only our mage was still alive. The fire damage would have been so huge. Die! We missed. Throw the rock. No, do more damage. Yes, okay, one's down. Yeah, you're looking at me now. You're scared now, aren't you? I just killed your buddy. I'll kill you too. Oh no, but we're so low. Oh well, look, we do have healing potions. So I popped that potion just in time before we got hit by a ranged attack. Probably should have been using potions a little bit earlier, I will be honest. But we should be okay. He's chasing us. I'm now rather confident that we have the health to deal with this. Come on, I'm ready for you. There you are, you're behind me. Oh my god, he hit Tikrit so hard there. No, Tikrit, don't die! Don't die, Tikrit. For the love of God, yes. Whew. Oh god, this team is worse than the default team I was playing with. Okay! So, we find an energy crystal. We have to pick this. Well, I think you can maybe ignore this. This is a power gem, a beautiful gem that radiates light in all the colors of the spectrum. Interesting. Scary stuff. We've got some rocks. Now, 2 of our characters are dead. This was pretty bad. It means obviously we can't use them in combat. It also means that once the fight is over, they didn't gain any experience. Which is a serious shame, okay? I'll just say that much, a serious shame. But we can bring them back to life by using the save crystal. May I draw your attention to those options we had at the start of the series where you could have the option to only use the save crystal just the once? Yeah, that would make this brutally punishing here. You'd have to kill that boss without dying, without being scared, with no fear. You'd have to start the game maybe and even then kill the boss and then you can finally save. But after all that effort is done with all our secrets acquired, we are now done with Shipwreck Beach. The gate is open and the way to the forest is clear. In particular, the Twig Root Forest. This place is beautiful. And it looks like night passed while we were asleep, so we haven't actually experienced the nighttime. Maybe that'll fall while we're in the forest. We'll see. That's going to be it for today though, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying. I'll see you next time.